Hello and welcome to Dash Force News. I'm Mark Mason, and today I'm joined by a very special guest named Blake Chamness. Now, Blake has a proposal currently up for voting. There's only 6 days left to vote, and his proposal is the Dash Bus Tour. If you've been following the Dash Force News YouTube channel, you might have seen on our podcast, we spoke about Blake recently, as Brian in Dash Force is based in Texas. And we kind of spoke briefly on the podcast about this because Blake has a Volkswagen camper van with Dash branding paint job on it. So it kind of sparked my curiosity. So I reached out to Blake and he kindly accepted my offer to speak to me. So he joins me now in a coffee shop. So brilliant. So welcome, Blake. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Right. Let's get into this. Okay. So there'll be a lot of people watching this, okay, that are maybe not familiar with your proposal. Okay. And also there's potentially going to be masternode owners watching that will be voting on your proposal because there's only 6 days left. So let's start from the beginning. So let's start by asking, firstly, who are you? And briefly, what is the Dash Bus Tour?
I am Blake Chamness. Hello, Dash community. The Dash Bus Tour is, what I've done is I've taken a 1969 Volkswagen bus and turned it into a pristine Dash-tastic Dash bus that has information about Dash that came out looking great. It's a showstopper, I have to admit. Looks great, and I'm going to be hitting major cities, firstly starting with Austin, Texas, and engaging the community of Bitcoiners, investors, whoever I can find, everyday people, and be setting people up with wallets and giving away Dash.
Excellent.
And that's the idea.
Okay, so this is going to be Texas-based. Okay, so I think an important question to ask then is your proposals for a 1 month period. So how many locations do you plan to visit on your Dash Bus Tour? Where are you planning to go and why, and how many locations?
Okay, I'm with you on this. There is a method to this madness. So I'm going to be hitting up 15 places that currently accept Bitcoin that I looked up on coinmap.org. 15 cool spots, restaurants, there are hair salons, just all kinds of different places. There's 15 locations like that. There's 2 Bitcoin meetup groups that meet on Tuesday and Sunday, 2 totally different groups. I'll be attending those, you know, listening, but also at the end, passing out flyers, showing people the bus, having fun with them, letting them see what Dash is about and how smart Dash is. And thirdly, stopping at places like Apple headquarters is in Austin. Apple has a headquarters in Austin. Factum is a digital currency or a blockchain company based in Austin. Stop by there. The Bitcoin Association is in Austin. So there's a few places that I'm going to say about, 20, 25 places I can hit up already going into it, knowing that I have a Bitcoin digital currency enthusiast around.
Yeah, I think one important thing to establish is, obviously I'm from the UK, but before I started broadcasting live, I had a quick 5 to 10 minute chat with Blake, just to have a quick introduction and just get to know each other a little bit first. And one thing that I'm unaware of being in the UK is that apparently Texas, from what Blake was telling me, is a bit of a tech hub as well. And that you plan to go out on a daily basis, right? You're driving this Volkswagen camper van with the Dash branding and stuff right now, aren't you? So, yeah.
Yeah, the goal is, here's the deal. University of Texas in Austin is a very cool, progressive place where you got a lot of international students coming in that, I can hit up. Just the UT campus alone is a gold mine for free thinking people that are going to be interested. Park the bus right up outside the UT campus, be handing out flyers. People are going to be interested. They're going to gravitate towards this bus. And when I hit them with the information, what all Dash is doing, I think there's going to be people that walk away feeling like they want to get on board.
Excellent. That is a great way to go into the next question I wanted to ask, because I have to keep a balanced point of view, right? But also as well, I appreciate people in the community are going to be watching this, but also master owners will be watching as well that will be voting on your proposal. So I'll hope you'll forgive me, but there's a few hard questions that I think it's only right for me to ask you. So it's great you'll be going to these locations, but I think what milestone owners would like to know is, do you have, or what is your plan of action on how you're going to engage with people at these meetups or on the street? Do you have a game plan?
Absolutely. The game plan at this point is to talk with them, listen, get their ideas on digital currency, and then to essentially set them up with some Dash, and talk to them about the second tier governance system, the treasury. I feel like if Bitcoiners don't know about this, or digital currency enthusiasts, once they know about the second tier and see it in action and see the bus is simply a symbol of what the treasury can accomplish. And I'm a symbol of that as well. And them talking with me and me presenting the facts of why I think Dash is superior, this will have an effect. This will have a major impact. If I was to win one Bitcoiner over at each meetup, this would be a substantial thing. This would be very good, because it has an effect, a ripple effect.
Yeah. This is really interesting. I mean, obviously, you're clearly passionate about Dash, right? You've taken the Dash Kool-Aid because you've already gone and painted your camper van with the Dash branding all over it already, right? So you're already fully committed, because you've got to drive that thing around now, right? So, okay, so we know who you are. We know what the gist of the proposal is. We know what locations you're going out. We've kind of got an idea how you're going to engage with people, right? So let's take this back a step further, right? So let's talk about, can you tell me when you first got involved with Dash, and why do you want to do this? Obviously, you've painted your camper van for a reason, right? So even if you don't get, you've done this now. So, okay. So essentially, what first got you involved with Dash? Okay. And why do you want to do this? That's what I want to know.
Okay. So I first got into Dash coincidentally at the same spot by the same person that I got into Bitcoin originally. This time I was in the Dominican Republic again on vacation, got a phone call from my friend. He was talking about Dash, and he was all in. He went all in on Dash, and he's a super sharp guy. We've been talking digital currency for years now. What about this coin? What about that coin? We look at them every day. We're the typical obsessive digital currency person. So when I heard about the second tier governance system, the treasury, masternodes, all these really smart ideas, I got all in too. I went pretty much all in. And it took a big rise after doing that, and naturally I was happy. And I still am holding. I still think that there's so much room for Dash to grow.
So the reason why, so that's how you got involved with Dash. But can you tell me, like, what's making you want to do this? You just want to go out and spread the good gospel of Dash? What's your driving force?
The driving force is get people involved, get them asking, what is digital currency? What is Dash? And learning. It's about education. I would say my deal is education. It's a fun thing to talk about. It's a great conversation to have. People are interested in money. They want to know, they should know they have options. And And Dash is a great option. That's my thing right now, is getting people on board feels good because I feel like it's a winning team. So signing people up on a winning team and getting them interested is a great thing because we all win in this scenario.
Okay.
So that's where the passion.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for asking that. And like I said, forgive me for asking the hard questions, but you know, if I don't ask them, then you know, I think it's in your best interest to answer them. Thank you for being open and willing to do this. So that kind of leads me on to my next question, because I was having a look at your proposal, right? And I've seen the photo of the bus. It looks fantastic. I recommend people go check that out. That's actually, the photos are actually listed as well, but it's actually, this is when the paint job was being done, but it's actually out on the street now. You're actually driving this about.
Yeah.
But what I would like to ask you now is for Masternode owners, do you think your proposal offers value for money for the 30 dash that you're asking for?
I do, because I think I've already reached somewhere near that already before this even gets funded, as far as getting my friends involved, telling people about it. I feel like I've already reached possibly somewhere around what I've asked for. And then not to mention there's going to be 24/7 advertising anytime I'm driving around in the bus. I'm going to put more photos up and show people, but it came out great. It's got a pearl white paint job, so it sparkles in the sun. It's got a dash.org on there where you can visit. It's very informative, and driving it around, people are looking and they're interested. They have to be, you know. I know they're asking, what is Dash Digital Cash? And
great.
This is the goal.
So you've had some, so obviously, yeah, you're driving your camper van about already, right? So you've probably had some good feedback or reactions. Like what are people's reactions been? Have you had anyone come up to you and ask, or have you seen anyone looked at the, you know, the web address or the logo, or have you had any experiences yet?
Absolutely. Already people love to pass by VW buses, and now it's just double, you know, it's like a double whammy, VW and Dash. Wow. You know, no, this is a really juxtaposition of ideas. What happened the first night, the painter who painted the bus was like, let's drive around and see reactions. So we pulled in, and immediately, you know, it's like you're in a spaceship that's landed, you know, it's got that effect.
Yeah, I've got to get this in, because before we was talking, there was a great analogy, because I said to Blake, you know, why a Volkswagen camper van? And he said the year 1969. So can you tell me the relevance again? Because that line you told me, I thought that was gold. So if you could just repeat that, that'd be brilliant.
69, the year we went to the moon. This idea. Yeah. So I mean, there's this juxtaposition of ideas that, you know, when they're looking at the bus, they're taking many things in. It's part relic of the past. 1969, the year we went to the moon. And then also there's this almost futuristic advertisement on it of Dash Digital Cash. So when they're looking at it, the brain is taking many things in on a subconscious level. And I think it's going to be highly effective.
Excellent. So, okay, I want to kind of keep this short and sweet, but informative as possible. So let's get some perspective on this. So there's only 6 days left for master owners to vote on this. So can you give me a few final words why you think master owners should vote for your proposal? Sorry to put you on the spot, but I have to ask. There's not long left, so.
Absolutely. I'll tell you why. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to drive down to Austin, Texas, and go to Fine Southern Gentlemen, the shop where I had 85 Dash t-shirts made. And they're a promotional company based in Austin, Texas. I saw them at an MMA fight, and they were putting on the MMA fight. And I'm going to go down there, film that, and slowly I think the masternodes will start to see how much passion there is here and how much video content I'll upload on my Twitter, Facebook, YouTube accounts, not to mention just pounding the streets and talking to everyday people, investors, digital currency enthusiasts. I'm going to cover it all. I'm going to be a nonstop Dash promoter. It'll be nonstop Dash. So,
So you're going out every day. You're in the bus, and yes, sorry, I should have really clarified that. So you've got T-shirts and stuff you're going to be giving out. You've got flyers and stuff as well that you're going to be giving out. So wow, it sounds like you've got a lot of the angles all covered. Sorry, I was talking there. You just gave a flash of a flyer, so I'll just let you show that off quick.
I got flyers made. This is a labor of love. You know, I used to do this with Bitcoin for free. You know, so now there's this extra incentive, and it's not about the money so much for me. That's a nice thing, but mainly the money that you fund me will go pumped out into creating events, creating a general attitude of spreading Dash. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make it fun, and I'm going to hit up cool places and take photos and pass out Dash t-shirts, and just however much you fund me, I will pump back in to my production. So all the money, this money's not for me. This money is going out, setting people up with wallets, giving them Dash, getting them to understand the second tier governance system, treasury, how it works, and let them decide which coin they like.
Okay. And have you spoken to anyone like recently, like today or yesterday, about spreading the good gospel of Dash? Or
absolutely
have you been out and about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, I'm pretty much nonstop. I'm one of those guys, when I get on something, I'm on it, you know, and Dash is my thing right now. Dash, yeah. Dash, Dash, you know, so when I meet people, naturally it's going to come out. And like I said, I got flyers ready, and digital currency is very much on my mind right now. And the great thing about the situation is if you fund me, I am promoting something that I actually believe in, and that's golden. That is very powerful. When somebody believes in something, it's contagious.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working. I should have really asked before I said this, but just before I went live, you briefly mentioned that you were speaking to a banker yesterday, and it's interesting that you meet people from all different walks of life. But it sounded great. I mean, would you mind sharing that? I mean, we only spoke about it for like 20, 30 seconds, but it seemed
this was cool. So yesterday I met with a banker who buys Bitcoin from me. He's the chief security officer at a bank here in town. And we had probably sit and have a 30-minute conversation about cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, where they're headed. And at the end of it, he told me that if I wanted, I could make a slide presentation to present to other bankers, his friends, which I think would be super cool because he's very well connected. Like I said, he's in the banking industry, in the tech industry side of it. So these opportunities for me to speak, give presentations, I even made a whole speech I can give if necessary. And I want to take them up on that. It's call and response for me at this point. It's you call and I respond. So I want to take it to the next level and keep on doing stuff. And I want to take the banker up on his idea and do a PowerPoint and talk about Dash in there, because the whole privacy thing we both agreed is important. Even the banker was talking about how regulations are going up and they're having to monitor accounts in the US more for certain reasons, and how he even found some troubles with this, and how privacy is key to your cash. So this would be a big sell for Dash.
Yeah, I mean, the 30 Dash amount that you're asking for, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's probably the least amount someone's asking for. I mean, the paint job for the bus must have been pretty much of that. So you're clearly not making any real money out of this. So it's obviously done out of love. So you're clearly a passionate guy about Dash. So
I truly am. Paint job came out to about $5,000, and happy to pay it. Happy to pay for the t-shirts. That was at $1,000. He gave me a discount, so I got 85 shirts. And I'm going to go back this week and ask him if I can pay in Dash for other promotional materials, such as posters that I can put up around Austin, because that's their forte, is promoting events.
Hang on, let me get this straight. Okay, so for the proposal, you're getting t-shirts and flyers and stuff, but let me get this straight. So you've ordered t-shirts and stuff already, and now the people that you're buying tickets from, you're trying to get them to convert to accept Dash. So like business adoption, you want them to accept Dash as well.
Absolutely. And I think they will. I'm pretty sure. I've sent back some emails, and I don't see why. I think it'll be hard for them to turn down an extra. I may do $500 in posters. So I'll say, yeah, I can do 500. I'll pay you in Dash, and you can join me in this speculation. This could be a very big win for you guys.
Wow.
And,
you've definitely won me over there. You have to make sure you mention discoverdash.com. And if they do take you up on your offer, they can add their business to our merchant map as well, which will notify the community that they exist and take payments as well. So it's a win-win situation. So like, yeah, this is great. Okay, well, I want to keep this video quite short and sweet. I would like to kindly ask, just looking at your proposal beforehand, and I see you've added the photos of the paint job, but if you could add photos of the van on the street, I think that would be great. I'd love to see that in action, whether it's parked up or whatever. If you could do that, that'd be fantastic. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to me and answering my questions. I know some of them were towing the line, and I appreciate your honesty and answering them to the best of your ability. I'm quite excited, so I wish you good luck, and I hope people get behind you and vote for you. We need more people on the street. You can't tell people what to believe, but you can plant seeds and let them go on their own journey of discovery. We all got into crypto to start with by asking questions, and sometimes, if you don't shoot, you don't score. You need to have these conversations with people from different walks of life to open those doors for opportunity. So before I wrap up the interview, is there anything else that you'd like to say or plea to the Mastodon owners?
I want to say thanks to you, Mark. You got a great show. I love it. Very informative. And to the Masternodes, I just say, please take a look back, consider it. This is a win-win deal. I'm putting up a lot, and I thank you all.
Excellent. Okay, right. So I'll bring this to an end now. So thank you, Blake, for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. In the video description, I'll leave a link to Blake's proposal. And if you're watching this on the website article, which I'll publish as well, I'll try and include some of the photos of the Dash bus as well. And yeah, excellent. And if you have any questions for Blake, of course, you can always comment on the proposal, and I'm sure he'll get back to you in a swiftly manner. Only 6 days left to vote, Mastodon owners. So get involved. I think only 10 of the proposals out of 25 are passing at the moment. So yeah, get involved. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time on another Dash Force News video. Okay, bye-bye and take care for now.